Greetings everybody, welcome back to the landscape. I sound a bit bunged up, it's because I am. My hay fever has really come on, literally in the last half an hour. In fact, my eyes are watering, which is nuts. Anyway, I've taken some medication and hopefully that'll kick in shortly. So welcome back to the landscape, welcome to my landscape. Makes a change, but today I'm in my home county of Dorset, and I am on a hill known as Hambledon Hill, just outside the village of Child Oakford. Now I'm just going to spin the camera around so you can see behind me. I'm hoping that you can see there are all sorts of features on the hillside behind me that lead off into the distance. Yeah, hopefully I'm just going to pan the camera around a little bit. I can't really quite see the screen, but it's according to the what you call it, the information notice board down at the bottom of the hill. This is an old Iron Age hill fort, which is why you've got these built up ramparts. But what these built up ramparts do is afford these beautiful leading lines leading us around the hill and off into the distance. And this is an occasion where my trusty viewing aid, which is in my other pocket, don't ask me why the camera has decided to off-center me. Where is it? There it is. It's this viewing aid. I've featured this on this channel before. A little plastic frame with a window. Yes, I know I could use my mobile phone as well if I choose, or if I chose, but what I didn't want to do was have a piece of technology in my hand that I could potentially drop, and I don't really want to drop it down this hill. Also, my phone is safely zipped up in my bag. I want it to stay there. I don't want to get it out, play with it, put it down, forget that I put it down and end up losing it. I just don't want that to happen, which is why I use one of these. If I put this down and I lose it, I put this down and I lose it. At worst, I pollute the landscape with a piece of plastic. Although I would actually try and come back up and try and find it if I was ever in that position. But using my trusty viewing aid, I've been looking at compositions using these leading lines in the hillside. And we're going to go behind the camera now and actually show you some of the compositions that I've got in mind before the light gets at its best. So this is sort of the composition that I've settled on. Yes, I know the sky is incredibly bright. Don't worry about that. What I was looking at was these leading lines, these ones down here. So this line here moving up through the landscape and then out to the horizon, and then you've got other lines that follow it in a similar direction. I've got a slightly brightly lit bottom right hand corner. That's fine. Hopefully that should balance what's going on. And then you've got all the lines just being taken out to the horizon. So I'm just going to recompose ever so slightly, and just bear with me a second. Just trying to minimize the sky a little bit. I think I'm going to need to come across. Let's just get rid of all that gump. There we go, that's better, so we can actually see the leading lines. Now the only thing that's potentially an issue with this particular composition is this dark area down here in sort of the, starting in the left hand corner and then moving its way through. So I'm going to have to watch the histogram very carefully to make sure that we're not potentially ending up with a big dark blob right in the bottom of the picture. if I am going to end up with a big dark blob, what I'll actually do is I'll minimize the dark blob by doing something like that. However, if I was to do something like that, then I would probably change my aspect ratio to something like 16:9, like so, in order to minimize the impact of the sky. In fact, what I might even do is go 21:9 and make it narrower still to minimize the sky and try and concentrate on those lines. And what I'm hoping for is that the sun, which is where is it? It's sort of over here somewhere. What I'm hoping is that the sun will, as it goes down, it will illuminate those lines in the land and make them a lot more apparent and a lot more noticeable. And of course, as the sun goes down, the light, or the temperature of the light, will get a bit warmer and it'll become a wee bit more appealing. Yes, the sky is blown out. I do have a grad ready. The forecast is for quite a big percentage of high cloud. I'm hoping that might catch some colour. I don't know, it might not, but we'll wait and see as to what happens. Just for sake of argument, the other thing that I've done is, let's go back to 1:1. So this is a square composition, and my aim here is just to try and show you the difference of the aspect ratio. And here, I'm not so sure a square works particularly very well. Maybe, I don't know. I think it depends, a lot of it depends on how much of this landscape down here, certainly these lines here on the hillside, how much of those actually catch the light, and then also how much of the brightness in the sky I'm able to control. But what I've been trying to do is play with both compositions and aspect ratios, so that if it does start to kick off, then I've actually got something of an idea. I can kind of get set up and get going straight away. So if there's one tip to take away from this particular video, it's that there is a huge amount of value in scouting, finding your composition or compositions, and actually doing a lot of the exploration before the conditions become what you're looking for, assuming they even get to the point where they are what you're looking for. I mean, here I'm looking for the sun to go down quite a bit. I want the light to warm up, and I want it to paint the landscape in some lovely warmth. What would be really nice is a bit of colour in the sky as well. If I don't get it, I don't get it. But if it does happen, I'm ready. Now, I have been here before. 2 or 3 years ago, I came to this hill with a photo buddy of mine. So I knew where to park, I knew how long it would take me to get up here, I knew it was a heck of a climb to get up here, and I kind of knew the lay of the land, the sort of compositional elements that would be available. And that's a kind of another tip to take away. If you're doing a sunset or a sunrise or any other landscape situation where the atmospheric conditions are going to work to your favor, and that's why you've come out, definitely come out, put some boots on the ground and have a look around and get to know the lay of the land. I would say it's extremely rare for me to turn up to a brand new location for either a sunset or a sunrise and be in the perfect position to make the most of the conditions. Actually having some prior knowledge is well, it's worth its weight in gold. Certainly saves you scrabbling around. So that, in addition to coming back and having a look around, understanding what is available, the sun moves in the sky. Some times of year it'll be a little bit further to the right, a little bit further to the left. So it's always slightly different every time you come here. Using that more local knowledge is also very, very valuable. Now, what I'm going to do now is simply wait for some magic, he says, to happen. I'm not sure if I'll talk you through it or not, but yeah, I might just do some time lapse of me hanging around waiting for the light. But I'm waiting for the sun to go down, for the colour temperature to increase, so I get some lovely golden light on these folds in the land. Whether I get it or not, we shall wait and see. Okie dokie, the eagle, you will have noticed I've relocated, and the simple reason for that is that the sun, I had a suspicion this might happen actually, the sun is actually starting to intrude into my original composition. There's also a layer of cloud right on the horizon, so I'm not going to get, or at least I don't think I'm going to get, that sun star type effect, but the light is probably at its best right now in terms of warmth. So I'm literally just going to frame up something very, very similar to what you saw previously, just concentrating on the lines in the landscape. I'm just brightening the image up for myself. Oh, there's a nice shady bit that will act as a corner locker. I'm still using a grad, but I'm trying to minimize the sky as much as I possibly can. That'll do it. F16, I'm going to focus roughly 1/3 into my scene. I'm just going to take the image. Quick. And then, whilst I've still got some light, I'm just going to recompose. I'm just going to go a little bit tighter. Minimize the sky. I'm going to redo the grad. Recheck focus. F16, 0.4 of a second, ISO 100. That's probably about as good as I'm going to get. And the sun is just about to go behind that bank of cloud out there on the horizon. I knew this view was here based on the womble that I had before I actually started to create this video. So I knew that this view was here. Maybe it wasn't the cream view, no, the absolute best, but I knew it was there. And when I was stood way over there in the distance, I did wonder whether the sun would actually move into the scene and just become this blob in the sky. But I thought, no problem. I'll wait until it just dips below the horizon, and then I'll get that, you know, that little bit of a sun with a star effect. But I'm not sure I'm going to get that because there is a bank of cloud out there on the horizon, and the quality of the light has gone. Literally gone completely whilst I've been stood here talking to you. So 3 tips, boys and girls, 3 tips. Do a recce when you're not under pressure. Always when you get to your location, take a look around, refresh your brain, understand what your compositions are. And the third thing is have a plan B. Plan A was over there, but I had a plan B just in case plan A didn't work out, as it hasn't right now. Well, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for following me on that little outing and that little adventure. Whether I got the image or not, I honestly don't know. If I did, I'll stick it on the end of the video. But I hope that that sort of whistle stop runabout, not necessarily panic, but certainly controlled panic, may be, was useful, constructive and helpful, and hopefully enables some of you to be better prepared if you ever want to do sunrise or sunset, or a situation where it looks like you're going to get fantastic light. Thank you once again for watching. If you like landscape photography and you're not a subscriber, please do consider becoming a subscriber to my channel. It's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. If you've liked today's content, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. It's fantastic what these thumbs up can do to help my little channel and my little YouTube endeavor. So until we're back out in the landscape again, everybody take care, stay safe and stay well, and look after each other. Bye for now. Now my question is, do I hang around to see whether I get some sunset colour, or do I go home?